Hi Matilda. So guys, the other day I made a video about the Russian blue. Is the Russian blue the right cat for you? And someone asked me to do the same about the Burmese. So here we are. Is the Burmese the right cat for you? Matilda is gonna help us answer. Right, Matilda? Right, so same thing as with the Russian blue. First thing we are going to be looking at is the personality. You can hear Matilda purring. All right, so you can see already Matilda is demonstrating that for us. The main thing about the personality of the Burmese is that the Burmese is a puppy-like cat. See, she would let me pet her belly. She's melting over me petting her. She's purring. This is normal state for Matilda. She is a puppy, made cat. So they are very friendly, they are very cuddly. You know, when I was a child, I really wanted a cat that would cuddle with me, and somehow every cat I had was very skittish. They didn't really like cuddling. Well, Matilda is basically like my childhood dream cat. She is just the most amazing, cuddly little thing. She'll come up to you, she'll cuddle, she'll headbutt you, she wants to sleep with you, she wants to be on your lap. If my husband and I are sitting side by side, she will come and she wants to be in the middle, touching both of us. That's how much this cat thrives in human contact. They're really like the puppy of the cat world. And you know, before we had her, we researched a lot because that's exactly what we wanted. And I'm gonna tell you, she never ever disappointed. So, okay, so this is, you know, if that's the kind of cat you're looking for, I'd say the Burmese is perfect. Now, there is a big but here because, you know, she gives a lot, but she also needs a lot from you. So, few things to take into consideration. The Burmese will not do well alone. If you work full-time and you leave the cat alone the whole day, that's not good because the cat will, you know, they will be stressed and they will be lonely and they can get anxious and depressed, and that will lead to behavioral issues. So, you know, a few things that I noticed: when Matilda gets alone for too long, she will chew on things just like a dog. She once chewed on my shoe. It really looked like a dog had eaten it. She will howl, but really like in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. She will get very stressed. So if you work full-time, I would recommend you have a second cat to, you know, to make the Burmese company. If you travel a lot as well, it's kind of hard. When we travel, we always have a cat sitter, of course, but she tends to get stressed when she is alone. Another thing that can get a bit on some people's nerves is that she's gonna be a stalker. She's gonna be very intense. Oh, that's your tongue there, sweetie. So she's very intense. You know, you go to the bathroom, she's gonna follow you. She's gonna be waiting at the door. She wants to be on top of you. If you close the door at night, you don't let them into the room, she's gonna be howling at the door and jumping at the, you know, at the door for you to open it. So those are the main things I would say. You know, if you like a cat that is very cuddly and you have the resources to deal and the time and, you know, the emotional disposition to deal with all of the attention that the cat will need, then I mean, you can't go wrong with this cat. It is the most amazing companion. If you are looking for like a low maintenance type of cat that doesn't need a lot of attention, that it's very people oriented, that likes you, that will let you pet them and carry them, but it's not that demanding, I think I recommend you have a look at my video about the Russian blue. I think the Russian blue is a much better choice then. if you want a very needy cat and you're happy to deal with the demanding nature that comes with it, then you can get a Burmese. So I think the Burmese is not for everyone. I think it's the Russian Blue. It's kind of more popular. But you know, if the Burmese is for you, then it's I can't describe how much love you will get from this cat. Other things to say, it's very easy to maintain this cat. You see, the hair is very fine, so there isn't much brushing that you need to do. She needs even less brushing than the Russian Blue. The Russian Blue is kind of easy, but the Burmese is a new level of easy to brush. And one thing though that I noticed, you see she has a very small mouth. And I don't know why, if it's because she likes wet food better and my other cat likes more dry food, but Matilda here, she has kind of a bad breath. I'm much worse breath than the Russian Blue. So I'm still trying to figure out what I have to do, if I have to change her diet, if I have to brush her teeth every day. But she has such a bad breath, this lady here. We're gonna figure this out, lady, okay? One thing also that I noticed about the Burmese, they tend to get these dark things here. The eyes get very dirty, but that's super minor. Super minor. Another thing that I said when I was, and I'm just gonna compare a bit to the Russian Blue. Oh, look at this. So the Russian Blue, it's a bit more chilled in the sense of like, I have a toddler, and the Russian Blue, it's a bit more accepting of my toddler. Matilda is a bit like, when I brought the toddler home, she did not speak to me for a month. Look, now she's biting my clothes. You little bitey thing. Sometimes she gets bitey. So the Russian Blue is a bit more accepting of my child. Matilda here took her really over a month to get used to the toddler. She was very jealous, and she still like, I mean, she tolerates her, but she never, my toddler already knows not to get close to Matilda, because if she comes, you know, she wants to hug the cats. Lena, sometimes she lets her hug, I have to remove Lena, but Matilda here, she will bite. I mean, it doesn't hurt, it's just a warning bite, but she's very clear on her, you know, limits towards the baby. I think that's it. I mean, the last thing maybe that I'm gonna say, just like aesthetics wise, it's a small cat on the smaller side, and it's very heavy considering the body size. You see, she's smaller than Lena, but she's heavier. And the reason is, someone corrected me in a previous video, is that they're very muscular, and that's why they're heavy. And not only they are heavy, but they have, it's probably one of the best cats there is out there to pet. It feels like silk. It feels like you're touching silk. It's so soft to pet, and it's amazing because they love it. So it's the perfect combination. So you hear often that they are called bricks wrapped in silk, and I can attest to that. It's really, really true. It's exactly how they feel. So that's it, you know, it's a cat that is gonna give you an immense amount of love, that's gonna give you so much joy, that's gonna be there for you, you know. If you're not having a bad day, imagine coming home and just cuddling with this cat. She's gonna be there and, you know, sitting with you and purring and just wanting love. It's amazing. If you can deal with, you know, if you can give back, then, you know, you're deserving of having one. All right, Matilda, we're gonna say bye-bye. I love you. Oh my God. I hope you guys can hear the purring. Look at this beautiful, beautiful yellow eyes. We're so blessed to have her. It's really a blessing. Say bye-bye, Matilda.